I didn't think, I investigated, said Wilhelm Conrad Röntgen when asked what he was thinking on November 8, 1895, at the moment he discovered X-rays. As you have already guessed by now, this video is about the very first recipient of Nobel Prize in Physics, Wilhelm Röntgen. He discovered X-rays which took the world by storm. Okay, now let's start from where it all started. Born March 27, 1845 in Lennep, Prussia. Prussia is current-day Germany. Let me give you a very small fact about Prussia. Prussia was very famous for its mathematicians. Okay, let's now continue with the Röntgen story. His father was a cloth manufacturer and a merchant. 3 to 4 years after his birth, his family decided to move to Holland, where his mother's family lived. There he attended school until his late teens in Utrecht Technical School, from where he was expelled. Yes, you heard me right, expelled. He was actually expelled for a very silly reason. He refused to reveal the name of his friend who had drawn an unflattering caricature of a teacher. So now Röntgen was without a diploma degree. And without a diploma degree, he could not further advance in his studies. Now came the turning point in his career. Röntgen got to know about Federal Polytechnic Institute in Zurich, where he could just enter by passing one exam. So he passed that exam, and after that he studied mechanical engineering in Zurich. After that, he completed his PhD in experimental physics in 1869. So after completing his PhD in 1869, he was professor of physics at various universities. In Strasbourg from 1876 to 79, Gießen from 79 to 88, Würzburg from 88 to 1900. It was in Munich that he finally settled down after the Bavarian government asked him to chair the university's physics department in 1900s. In late 1890s, people were busy experimenting with partially evacuated glass tubes connected to high voltage sources of electricity. In short, cathode ray tubes or CRT. 10-15 years back, we used to have CRT televisions, monitors in our home, office, etc. Now, let us look at the schematic diagram of the CRT, consisting of a cathode, an anode, and an outlet connected to a vacuum pump. On applying high voltages, cathode rays were generated, which are nothing but beam of electrons. In Würzburg, Röntgen was also involved in such experiments, testing whether cathode rays could pass through glass. He shielded the tube with heavy black cloth in order to create an opaque environment. It was in this darkness that he noticed an illumination in the screen which was kept at a distance from the tube. Now let's pause over here and try to realize what just happened. Is it something new that Röntgen accidentally discovered? One thing to note here is the screen just happened to be there. It was not part of the experimental setup. The distance of the screen from the tube is greater than the range of the cathode rays in air. So he was sure it wasn't the cathode rays creating the magic. He named the new invisible rays as X-rays. X because it was unknown to him. So now you know why it was termed as an accidental discovery. One of his first experiments late in 1895 was a film of the hand of his wife. He found out that the new invisible rays could pass through most substances, casting shadows of solid objects. Okay, now let us understand this in detail. X-rays have very short wavelengths that, unlike visible rays, are able to pass right through tissues in the human body. Since bones contain calcium, a denser material than other tissues, they are able to stop some of the X-rays and thus forming a shadow. If you place your hand in front of a flashlight, it will cast a shadow in the wall behind it. In similar fashion, X-rays directed at the body produce shadows on the opposite side that can be registered on a film or a digital sensor so that the bones are clearly visible. And soft tissues such as muscles are shadowy. As a result, these two-dimensional images formed by the X-rays are quite useful in revealing structures of the human body and can easily display fractures in bones.